Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
Like a grandma.
Well, you know, these bones. All right, we're asking questions.
Yes,
Wanna
I'm
go
gonna
first?
ask you first.
Oh, okay, you go first.
As for my house, okay, so fill in the blank.
Mhm.
As for my house, blank.
As for my house, we will honor God and we will add value to people. Jesus said the greatest commandments of all these, you love God, love people.
Right.
And so, yeah, man, I want our kids and I want us to always honor
Right.
God, but I also think that we exemplify that through how we honor people.
Right.
And so finding ways to add value to people,
Yeah.
I think that's very important.
Love God, love people.
Love God, love people.
Love it.
All right, here we go. Here's your question. What do you love most about me? No, I'm joking, about our family.
About our family,
Mm-hmm.
our family is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I love that we have grown and just being comfortable in who we are. So we bring the crazy chaos, but it's like beautiful. I love that. And we don't shy away from hard things.
Yeah.
And I remember someone told us, like, hey, when your kids come to you about anything, like, you cannot react. Because if you act like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're saying that, or you
Right.
did that, or you're asking that,
Yeah.
then they're not going to feel like they can trust you, or they're not going to feel like you can handle it. So,
Because you only get one shot.
right.
You only get one freak out.
Right.
Only one meltdown.
Yeah. And then they shut down.
They shut down.
But because that's how we live our life, it also welcomes a lot of like crazy conversations.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love
Yeah.
that we bring the beautiful
Yeah.
chaos.
Oh, you know what? Actually, can I go back to my first question and add something to it?
Sure.
All right, here we go. So yes, for me and for my house, we are going to honor God. We're going to add value to people. But also a third one I want to add is that we want to hold space for people.
Yeah.
I think that's key. And you just reminded me of that because, again, we live in a world where things are just moving so fast, so fast, especially if you're in ministry or involved in ministry in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
That's why, we Sabbath, and I think
Right.
that's why that's so important is because in Sabbath, you hold space. You hold space to have the healthy conversations, to have hard conversations, to allow the Spirit of God to reveal things. And so, yeah, I love that.
I think it's supposed to say what makes our family work the way that it does.
Okay. What makes our family work the way that it works? Ooh, that's good. I think our family works the way that it works because we are a value-driven family. And we've worked very hard. I'm proud of us. We've worked very hard on our values, bringing the kids into that conversation. And also, I recall just a couple months ago when we were walking through the adoption process, and you remember our home study caseworker came out to the house.
Yeah.
And she was interviewing all the kids.
Yeah.
And remember, and we were freaking out because, she's asking our kids all these questions about our family. And I just knew, okay, one of these kids are going to screw up everything.
Yeah, it was going to be Lion.
Right. But I remember the caseworker asked Lyric, she asked, hey, so tell me about some of the rules that you have in your house. And Lyrics, she kind of paused and she looked at us. And remember, she was like, well, we don't really have rules.
Yeah, I was like, we failed.
Yeah, like adoption's over, not happening. But, and remember the caseworker, she was just kind of like, what do you mean you don't have rules? And Lyric pointed to our wall with all of our values on it. And Lyric said, she was like, well, I mean, we don't have rules, but we have our family values.
Yeah.
And this is who we are, and so we know that we're kind people, we're generous people,
Right.
And that moment for me was so impactful. And I remember even the caseworker began like kind of weeping and her eyes watered up and I'm over here snotting and crying, But in that moment, I mean, I think that's what we fight for, right? That's why values are so important.
Well, I think it's like, we don't have to be like, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Always like, no, because we can literally put the ball back in their court as they're getting older. Like, hey, well, you're asking to do this. So does it line up with our values?
That's right.
If it does, cool, you can do it. If it doesn't, well, then you already know the answer because this is what we live by instead of this long, exhaustive list.
That's right. Also, I will add to that, it's crazy because Habakkuk 2:2, right? That's the verse that really led us to begin building out our values for our family. But that verse says, the Lord instructs him, hey, take the vision, write it down on a tablet so whoever sees it can run with it,
Yeah.
right? And it's been beautiful, man. It's cool to see our kids leaning into it and owning it.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for your question?
Sure.
All right, let's get it. I hope it's a hard one too.
That's rude.
All right, here it is. When was our family's greatest test, and what did you learn from it?
Well, that really was rude. Our greatest test is probably what we're literally walking through right now in real time.
With the adoption?
With the adoption,
Oh, yeah.
being in that process for 5.5 months and choosing to bring our kids in right away because it didn't just affect you and I, it affected our whole family. Everybody was all in. Everybody was praying about it. Everybody was expecting us to bring home the baby from the hospital. And so a little over a month ago, when that didn't happen because the birth mom changed her mind, that was hard because it felt like we took this courageous step of faith to do what we knew the Lord asked us to do. And then it didn't turn out the way that we wanted it to turn out. And so it forced us to ask the question like, okay, well, what do we do now? Are we going to just be angry? You know, I felt like a terrible mom, if I'm being honest. I felt like I put my kids through this and then I just let them down. But I say the greatest test because like then we talked to them about it and asked them like all their thoughts and feelings. And I'm expecting them to be like, no, I would never want to do this again. This was the worst thing ever. I hate it. Just all of the feelings. Try not to cry. I don't want to miss my mascara. But they were literally like, no, like this is what the Lord asked us to do. So if he asked us to do it again, why wouldn't we? We already have baby stuff. That's what our 9-year-old's like. We already have baby stuff.
Yeah, like what we doing?
Right.
Let's go.
So
some of the conversations we had with people early on when we stepped into the whole adoption process, like the amount of people that were like, no, don't tell your kids yet. Don't bring them in yet.
Because
they're too young.
X, Y, and Z.
What if it doesn't work out? What if it, you know? And so even that, kind of going back to like, because we had a value in place that is courageous, that's the choice we chose to bring the kids in, knowing that this thing may not work out. It could possibly go a different way. And yes, it was jarring. And yes, it was, you know, devastating for us and for the kids. But on the backside of it, they have a mountain that they've seen God cast into the sea.
Yeah. I think,
you know?
in talking with my counselor, she helped me. And I had this like aha moment of like, because I felt so much guilt about like, what did I just put my family through? Did I miss it? But I think when I stepped back, it's like, this life, this is a broken world, right? We live in a fallen, broken world. And I can keep my family in a bubble and try to protect them from it, never let them do this or go there or shield them in an effort to guard their hearts, right? But then am I really preparing them? Because when they move out of my house, life is going to let them down, no matter if they do everything right. Like there's still going to be disappointment. So the Lord really helped me realize like, you did walk in obedience and you did what I asked you to do. And now you're helping prepare them and equip them to handle, like, are they going to fall apart when it doesn't go the way they want? Because that's not practical. That's not real life.
That's right. That's right. You can choose to protect them or prepare them.
Yeah.
That's great.
You stole that from my journal.
I did steal that from your journal. You have good stuff in there.
Why do you keep high-fiving me?
It just feels right.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.